Hello friends, today we would like to think about the solution of paper 8, GUJCET solution paper 8. But before moving towards the solution, we will discuss some very important points. Generally, you know that very well, the GUJCET exam already, if you consider the absence of corona, अगर कोरोना ना होता तो ऐसी सिचुएशन में GUJCET 31 मार्च को हो जाती, but because of corona it is extended up to 15 अप्रैल. अगर अभी की सिचुएशन देखते हुए अपने को ये भी लगता है कि 15 अप्रैल से भी ज़्यादा आगे जा सकता है, यानी कि मई का फर्स्ट वीक आ सकता है. तो ऐसी सिचुएशन में हमारे पास बहुत सारा टाइम. मैंने पहले भी आपको मैसेज थ्रू बताया, आज अपन लोग वीडियो लेक्चर थ्रू बोल रहे हैं कि बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट टाइम आपके पास है, बहुत सारा टाइम है, उस टाइम का यूज़ करो. जो लोगों के गुजरात बोर्ड के पेपर बेहतरीन रहे हैं उसके लिए तो ये बहुत ही बेहतरीन चांस इसलिए है कि अगर ये 60% में से बेस्ट रिजल्ट आया तो ये 40% भी अगर हमने अच्छी तरह कवर कर लिए तो बेस्ट कॉलेज मिलने के पूरे आसार है. और जिस स्टूडेंट्स के गुजरात बोर्ड के पेपर अच्छे नहीं गए वो लोगों के लिए भी एक कमबैक करने का बेहतरीन मौका है. तो मैंने जितने पेम्पलेट्स दिए उस सब पेम्पलेट्स को डेली खंगालो. अब हम लोग यूट्यूब थ्रू और जिसे कह सकते सॉल्यूशन इधर वीडियो लेक्चर थ्रू डिस्कस करेंगे ताकि आपको कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्लियरेंस पता चले. ये जो पेपर हमने डिस्कस किया था और जिसे कह सकते हैं कि आज यानी कि हमने कंसिडर किया था पेपर नंबर 8, उसका सॉल्यूशन हम लोग शुरू करने जा रहे हैं. अच्छी तरह सॉल्यूशन को देखो, जो क्वेश्चंस आपको नहीं समझ में आते वो जरा इधर देखो और वो वापस सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करो. ओके, सो दिस कंसंट्रेशन रिक्वायर्ड. Turn by turn we will discuss. We can say that each and every question. So okay, paper already we can say that based on ideal GUJCET paper. So first of all, question number 1, the value of beta of a transistor is 19, then what is the value of alpha? Obviously this is the question associated with transistor, but you know that very well in NCERT transistor topic is already eliminated, so you have to consider 1 mark from this point, but still we would like to derive, we can say the answer of this, or this is the, you can see that बीटा 1 प्लस बीटा. ये फॉर्मूला याद रखना है जो दूसरी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स के लिए काम में है. हियर ऑलरेडी बीटा इज गिवन, सो वन कैन इजीली फाइंड अल्फा, बट नो डाउट दिस इज नॉट इन योर सिलेबस, सो no problem, but still this formula very IMP and already we derived at the time of semiconductor or we can say the transistor department we discuss it. Question number 2, very important. If the half-life of a transistor, half-life of a radioactive element is 10 hour, then what's its average life of? So average lifetime or mean lifetime is always 1.44 times of half-life time. You have already idea about this relationship. Why? Because you know that half-life time is equal to 0.693 by lambda and mean lifetime is 1 upon lambda. So half-life time is equal to 0.693 into tau. So these are the two most IMP relationship. But here we have to consider this relationship because they asked the question about the mean lifetime. But here half-life time is given 1.44 multiplied by 10. So mean lifetime is 14.4 hour. So this is your answer of question number 2. Very IMP, don't forget. Now we think about question number 3. Question number 3, blank is the wavelength of photon of energy 35 kilo electron volt. This is the case of wavelength photoelectric effect. Here energy E is equal to HF. Question number 3, Hc by lambda. But you can see that kilo electron volt, so divide by E, so joule to electron volt. So E is equal to Hc upon lambda E. So here all values given, but your target to find wavelength, so lambda should be required in the form of subject. Lambda is equal to Hc by E into E. All values you know that very well. Here H Planck's constant, C given, E already 35 kilo, that means 10 raised to 3, then electron volt, already in the form of electron volt, so, and E 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. If you set up this point, and you will get answer 35 into 10 raised to minus 12 meter. That means A is the right option of this question number 3. Now we discuss question number 4. So just concentration required, and if you have idea then no problem. If you have no idea about any question or logic, then just concentration or check it. Question number 4. Here we have to consider band gap energy of insulator, then conductor and semiconductor. Eg1, Eg2 and Eg3. Insulator, after that conductor and semiconductor. Ready? So you know that very well. Band gap energy is maximum for insulator, minimum for conductor, and intermediate level at semiconductor. So obviously Eg1 is greater than we can say that Eg2, but Eg2 is less than Eg3. So option A is the right answer. ऐसे questions damn sure GUJCET में आ सकते हैं. So be alert. Question number fifth number. Okay, fifth number, 3 identical charges are placed. This type of question you can see that already we have discussed. 1, 2, 3. 3 identical charges, already 3 vertices, Q, Q and Q. This is the 4th vertex. Okay, length of side suppose R. What's the question? Your target to find the ratio of forces F13 and F12. So F13 upon F12. Okay, first of all, what is the F13? You can see F13, that means force between 1 and 3. Force between 1 and 3. So just concentration required, 1 and 3. 1 and 3. So we would like to find out, we can say the force between these two charges. So it is K Q square upon, what is the square of the distance? This distance always root 2r. How can you find? Because r Pythagoras. So r square plus r square root 2r. So here root 2r the whole square upon force between 1 and 2. What is the force between 1 and 2? Force between 1 and 2, it is kq square upon r square. R square cancel. So obviously f13 upon f12 is equal to root 2 square. So 1 by 2, you can see. This is your answer of 1 by 2. So question number 5th, answer A. Now we think about question number 6. So question number 6, based on chapter number 1, flux. A 10 microcoulomb charge is enclosed by closed surface, then flux passing through it is 5. For 10 microcoulomb charge, what is the flux? Flux already 5. But now you know that what is the flux passing through any, we can say the closed surface. Flux passing through any closed surface, it is sigma q upon epsilon 0 as per Gauss theorem. So from this equation it is clear flux is directly proportional to charge. Okay, so here charge 10 microcoulomb, but now we have to find the flux for 20 microcoulomb. Another 10 microcoulomb charge is placed. So suppose this one is the closed surface. Initially 10 microcoulomb, now another 10. So charge becomes double. So charge becomes double. Obviously flux also becomes double. So new flux should be 2 phi. So answer C, 6th C, 2 phi. Flux depends upon charge, that's why. Now question number 7. You can see an electric force acting between 2 point charge is kept at a certain distance. For this question number 7, we will apply this concept. F medium is equal to F air upon K. You know that very well. Whenever two charged particles are kept in medium, like other medium except air, then we have to consider dielectric constant. Then a new force can be found by this equation. Here, what is the force in air? It is already 16. And what is the dielectric constant? If you check the data, then it is 8. So what is the air for medium? It is 2 Newton. So force here 2 Newton. So answer 7 already 2 Newton. Now question number 8. 8 number, the unit of polarizability, it is based on, you can say the discussion point. That means answer C already coulomb raised to minus 2 meter inverse meter coulomb square meter inverse Newton. So this is, you can see that your answer B, most IMP point. तो इसको भी जरा देखना है एक बार अच्छी तरह. ये पोलराइजेबिलिटी क्वेश्चन है, वो चैप्टर नंबर 2 डाइलेक्ट्रिक polar non polar related. Okay, now we will discuss next question number 9. On the axis and on equatorial of electric dipole for all points, obviously on axial line potential is given by k p upon r square. This is called potential due to dipole on axial line. And what is the potential due to dipole on equatorial line? On equatorial line always 0. So obviously for axial line potential is not equal to 0, but on equatorial line potential 0. So answer obviously D. This is question number 9, D. Now we discuss question number 10. When the temperature of conductor increases, the ratio of conductivity and resistivity. We would like to find ratio of conductivity to resistivity, but for conductor. Now you know that very well temperature. What happened? With we can say that resistivity. For conductor temperature increases, resistivity increases. You know that very well. Linear relationship. But for semiconductor temperature increases, resistivity decreases. But here you know that very well. Particularly for conductor temperature increases, resistivity increases. So if you increase the temperature, resistivity increases. Resistivity increases, conductivity decreases. So overall ratio obviously decreases. क्योंकि ये न्यूमरेटर भी डिक्रीज हो रहा है, जबकि डिनोमिनेटर इंक्रीज हो रहा है. डिनोमिनेटर इंक्रीज होने से ओवरऑल क्वांटिटी डिक्रीज होगी. सो आंसर 10 B Bombay decreases. Sorry, C decreases. Now 11 number. You are given 10 resistors, each of resistance 2 ohm. ये क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं आइडियल. So there are 10 resistors. And what is the value of each resistor? Value of each resistor 2 ohm. अब आपको ऐसे 10 रेजिस्टर्स दिए, हर एक की वैल्यू 2 ओम है और आपको फाइंड करना है मिनिमम रेजिस्टेंस. हाउ कैन वी ऑब्टेन मिनिमम रेजिस्टेंस? ऑब्वियसली here resistors are given, you have to connect yourself. For tell me for which type of connection we can obtain minimum resistance. Obviously series connection, then maximum, parallel connection, then minimum. So first of all, to obtain minimum resistance, for minimum resistance, obviously these all 10 resistors are connected in parallel. So what is the net resistance? I can write R mean it is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. How many times? 10 times. So obviously 1 upon R mean is equal to 10 by 2 is equal to 5. So R mean here already 1 upon 5 ohm. Now we would like to obtain maximum resistance. How can we obtain maximum resistance? So maximum resistance can be obtained by connecting these all 10 resistors in the form of series. So R max obviously 2 plus 2 plus 2 10 times. So answer 20 ohm. So this is your R max. Now we have to find the ratio of R max to R mean. This is the question, ratio of max to mean. So R max upon R mean. What is R max? It is 10. R mean 1 by 5. So 25 is 100 ohm. That's your answer of R max to R mean. This question already you can see that in MCQ department of all textbook. इसीलिए मैंने बोला था all textbook के सभी MCQs अच्छी तरह देखने हैं. Now I will think about the next one. So question number next 11 number के बाद 12 number, the dimensional formula of mobility. Mobility that means drift velocity per unit electric field. अब आपको इसका अपने आप ट्राई करना है. आंसर जिसे कह सकते हैं मैं बता रहा हूँ m-1 L0 T2 A1, that means D 12D yourself. But this is the formula, and by using this formula velocity that means meter per second and here Newton per coulomb. You can also think about volt per meter. इसके ऊपर से अपन डिराइव कर सकते हैं. So most time भी number 12D. Number 13, an electron having mass given, charge given, moving with velocity given, enters a region where magnetic field exists. obviously perpendicularly, then it performs circular motion, you know that very well. Perpendicular, then circular motion, straight way, then no deflection, and at any other angle, then it performs, you know that very well. What is the name of this motion? Trajectory. याद करो. Spiral type. Most time P. So you can see spiral motion. But we have to think about here perpendicularly. That means what is the intensity of magnetic field? It performs circular motion. So we know that what is the radius of circular path? Circular path of, we can say that circle, or circular path of magnetic field. I can write charged magnetic field. Sorry, charged particle inside the magnetic field. It is R is equal to mv by qb. Yeah, R is equal to mv by qb. Your target to find B. So B should be in the form of subject. So B is equal to mv upon rq. So all values given: mass, speed, radius, charge. Set up the values, simplify, you will get answer of magnetic field. So this is question number 13, and answer here obviously A, 14.4 related answer A. फिर भी try करना, check it, because logic clear होना जरूरी है. So this is the case of, we can say that mathematical calculation. Now number 14, galvanometer of resistance 50 ohm. This is the case of galvanometer, most IMP. You know that very well. Whenever you are dealing with galvanometer, then there are two cases. Number one, ammeter. Number two, voltmeter. How can we convert galvanometer in the form of ammeter? By connecting shunt. Here series resistor, shunt always in parallel. Series resistor always in series. Shunt small value resistor, RS. Series resistor always large value resistor. Here we would like to obtain voltmeter. You can see as per data, voltmeter. So what's the resistance, or resistance of blank ohm has to be connected. So you know that very well, series resistance for voltmeter V upon Ig minus G, where V is the voltage. What is the V? You can say the maximum voltage you would like to find 100. Ig current measuring capacity of galvanometer, it is given 10 milliampere, so 10 into 10 raised to minus 3, while G resistance of galvanometer is given 50. If you simplify, answer would be 9950 ohm. So this ohm resistor is required. Don't forget 14A. Now 15 number, two parallel very long wires. So two very long wire, you know that very well. You are already familiar with this point. Two very long wire carrying current in same direction. Then you know that very well, whatever the magnetic force between them, it is always in the form of attractive type magnetic force is produced between them. They both are separated by distance 1 meter, it is y. So what's the target? Find the force per unit length between them. So you know that force between these two very long parallel wires or current carrying wires, it is mu naught I1 I2 L upon y. But we would like to find force per unit length. So mu naught I1 I2 upon y. Mu naught I1 I2 y, all values given, and set up the value. So we get answer 5 into 10 raised to minus 6, but attractive. That means the Bombay. But this is the logic. Keep in mind, answer is not important for us, but how can we obtain this answer? Methodology is very important for us. So this is question number 15. Now we will think about the next. The next number 16, a very long straight wire of radius r carries a current. तो ये आपका एक इलास्ट्रेशन है. आप देखो इलास्ट्रेशन नंबर 7, ये हमने डिस्कस किया हुआ है. वायर रेडियस r और अपन लोग को यहाँ पे a जितनी दूरी पे इनसाइड, सो b इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू a इनसाइड. यू नो दैट mu naught I. अगर इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल आता तो अपन लोग 1 upon you can see the a square में जाते हैं. इधर इनसाइड बोला है, so obviously intensity of magnetic field at point lying at a distance a, but a should be less than r. So inside the wire, whatever the magnetic field is directly proportional to distance or radius a. Okay, so answer 16 Delhi. Number 17, a substance is placed in a non-uniform electric field, sorry magnetic field. It experiences weak force towards the strong field. Weak force towards the strong field. हमने देखा था दो मटेरियल्स, पैरामैग्नेटिक, डायमैग्नेटिक. अगर आप डायमैग्नेटिक मटेरियल को रखते हो तो वो वीक मैग्नेटिक फील्ड की तरफ जाता है, जबकि पैरामैग्नेटिक मटेरियल है वो नॉन यूनिफॉर्म फील्ड के स्ट्रॉन्ग मैग्नेटिक फील्ड में जाता है। तो अपन लोग जानते हैं इधर जो मटेरियल हम रखते हो स्ट्रॉन्ग मैग्नेटिक फील्ड की तरफ जा रहा है। सो आंसर आएगा पैरामैग्नेटिक। सो आंसर 17C पैरामैग्नेटिक। 18 this is the most time relationship between vertical component and horizontal component of earth magnetic field। ये हम लोग बहुत अच्छी तरह जानते हैं। BV vertical component B sin theta, BH horizontal component B cos theta, इसका रेशियो भी हमने डिस्कस किया था BV by BH polarity tan theta। ओके नंबर 19 two thin lenses of focal length f1 f2 are in contact। अब अपन लोग ये भी जानते हैं combination of lenses। if two lenses are in contact it is called combination of lenses। for this type of two lenses what is the we can say that resultant focal length का फॉर्मूला हम जानते हैं 1 upon f1 plus f2, but here 1 upon f1 plus f2, so I can write f1 plus f2 into we can f1 into upon f1 plus f2। ये हम लोग डायरेक्ट लिख सकते हैं, बट अपने को पावर फाइंड करना है। पावर दैट मींस रेसिप्रोकल ऑफ फोकल लेंथ। सो f1 plus f2 upon f1 f2, this is your answer of power। so question number 19 आंसर आएगा दिल्ली, मोस्ट IMP। now 20 number on decreasing wavelength from 8000 to 4000 intensity of light will become blank times intensity। और अब देखो रेले बोला है स्कैटरिंग रेले, और अपने को डिस्कशन किया था टू टाइप्स ऑफ स्कैटरिंग, रेले स्कैटरिंग, मी स्कैटरिंग। और व्हाट्स द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन, ये क्वेश्चन इस बार के बोर्ड के पेपर में भी था। इंटेंसिटी I is inversely proportional to the fourth power of lambda। here lambda 1 8000 and lambda 2 simply 4000। so I2 upon I1 is equal to reciprocal lambda 1 by lambda 2 raised to 4, lambda 1 8000 divided by 4000 raised to 4। so obviously I2 by I1 is equal to 8 by 2 4, that is 2 raised to 4 16। so answer obviously 16 most IMP। so very IMP question number 20 answer C। number 21 a small angle prism, small angle, you know that very well, whenever value of prism angle is very small, then what's the formula of deviation? It is A into n minus 1। you are familiar with this minimum deviation, and here minimum deviation 3.6, then your target to A 1.6, here refractive index of prism given, so A obviously 6 because 1.6 minus 1.6, 3.6 divided by 0.66, so answer B 21B। number 22 plano-convex lens, very IMP type of lens, plano-convex lens, you are already familiar with this type of lens, plano-convex, this is the plano-convex, and you are already familiar with this type of lens, plano-concave। so plano-convex lens, and its refractive index given, radius of curvature given, your target to find focal length, shortcut याद करो। what is the focal length for plano-convex lens? obviously r upon n minus 1, r 60, n already 1.5 minus 1, so 60 divided by 1 half, obviously 120 unit already given centimeter। so 22 Bombay। okay, so now we move towards the next। you can see here formula power plays very important role, so please first of all develop formula power। 23 in uncertainty in the position, what is the formula of Heisenberg uncertainty? delta x delta p h upon 2 pi, your target to find change in momentum, so obviously it is 1.05 10 raised to minus 24 because delta p should be in the form of subject, so 2 pi delta x। what do you mean by delta x? it is called uncertainty in the position of a particle, and this is the uncertainty in the form of momentum। ऐसा हमने डिस्कशन किया था, याद करो। किसी एक को संभालने जाते हैं तो लोचे हो जाते थे, मैंने ऐसा एग्जांपल दिया था। अगर पोजीशन की सर्टेनिटी लाते हैं तो मोमेंटम अनसर्टेन होता है, मोमेंटम को सर्टेन करने जाते हैं तो पोजीशन अनसर्टेन हो जाता था। मैंने ऐसा डिस्कशन करते वक्त बोला था एक बेटे की बात बताई थी, एक भाई की बात। अगर माँ को खुश करना चाहता है तो बीवी रुक जाती है, और बीवी को खुश करना चाहता है तो माँ रुक जाती है। ऐसा सिनेरियो कुछ बताया था, ये याद रखने के लिए। बाकी ऐसा कोई पॉइंट रियल लाइफ में भी आपको लाने की जरूरत है नहीं। नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, इसका आंसर क्वेश्चन नंबर 23 आंसर 1.04 10 24. Now 24, if the energy of photons corresponding to wavelength lambda given, energy given, and your target to find again energy for different wavelength. Okay, for lambda 1 wavelength energy given, so what should be the wavelength, sorry, energy for wavelength lambda 2? Very easy, energy is inversely proportional to lambda. So E2 by E1 is equal to lambda 1 by lambda 2. Lambda 1 given, lambda 2 given, E1 given, set up the values, you will get answer. We can say that 4.8 into 10 minus 19 or 4.44, A or D. I think D is the right answer. कैल्शियम मैंने नहीं किया, मगर अपने आप कर सकते हो, लास्ट में ये भी डिस्कस कर लेते हैं. Okay, so 24 already with you. You can see the very easy logic. 25, two conductors, each of inductance L, sorry, two inductors, each of inductance L's are connected in parallel. तो ये क्वेश्चन थोड़ा अच्छा जरा देखो. 25th, these are the two inductors, inductor number 1, inductor number 2. They both having value L are connected in parallel combination. Then one more inductor of value 5 millihenry is connected in series. इसके साथ एक और कनेक्ट कर देते हैं 5 millihenry. Then net effective or net inductance is 15 millihenry. Then what's the value of L? So first of all, these two are in parallel. You know that very well. Inductor then very similar like resistor. Whatever the concept for series and parallel for resistor, same concept you have to apply for inductors. So they both are in parallel and equal. So obviously its net inductance half. ये हमने सीखा हुआ equal parallel half, and there is 5 millihenry. So what is the net inductance? L net. They both are in series, so I can write L by 2 plus 5. But net inductance already 15. So L by 2 5, so 5 here, so L by 2 is equal to 10. So obviously L should be 20 millihenry. ये अच्छा क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं, ideal, but very easy. This is the case of series parallel combination. Question number 26, a lamp consumes only 50% of maximum power. This is the case of power in short AC circuit. What is the phase difference between the applied voltage and circuit current? Phase difference. What is the power? AC power V RMS I RMS into cos delta. It is called power factor. You know that very well. But here power should be required 50%. तो obviously half power लाना हो तो डेल्टा की वैल्यू कितनी रखनी चाहिए? बहुत इजी, 60. Obviously cos 60 then 1/2 in short pi by 3. So answer here Bombay pi by 3. 27, a capacitor C is connected across a DC source. DC, you know that very well, DC source and capacitor. Then what is the capacitive reactance? Capacitive reactance formula, XC is equal to 1/2 pi FC. But for DC source, you know that very well, for DC, what's the frequency? 0. So 1/0, obviously infinite. Capacitive reactance infinite. और ये भी हमने बेहतरीन टॉपिक डिस्कशन किया था, क्यों कैपेसिटर डीसी को ब्लॉक करता है? बिकॉज ऑफ दिस रीजन. यू नो दैट वेरी वेल. हियर कैपेसिटर ऑलवेज ब्लॉक्स डीसी करंट. व्हाई? बिकॉज capacitive reactance is very high for DC. Capacitive reactance, that means the resistance offered by capacitor for this, we can say the current. तो resistance infinite हो तो current 0, इसीलिए कैपेसिटर डीसी को ब्लॉक करता है. ये डिस्कशन किया था. Now discuss the next question number 28, the dimensional formula of mu naught epsilon naught. ये भी important है, no doubt. इसको सोल्व करने के लिए काफी स्टूडेंट्स या काफी लोग अलग अलग फॉर्मूला डिराइव करते हैं. इसका शॉर्टकट ये है. तो स्पीड v याद करो. स्पीड v is equal to under root mu naught epsilon naught max Planck. You know that very well, this is Planck's observation. So if you remove square root, so 1/mu naught epsilon naught. But your target to find dimensional formula of mu naught epsilon naught. So it is 1 by v square. V का डायमेंशनल फॉर्मूला L 2t minus 2 by मीटर पर सेकंड पर स्क्वायर. सो आंसर हो जाएगा L minus 2 T2. मोस्ट IMP ऐसे क्वेश्चन पूछने के पूरे जाना से डोंट फॉरगेट. क्वेश्चन नंबर 20 IMP 29 मैच द कॉलम. हियर फ्यू फॉर्मूले गिवन. मैं सीधा दो ही क्वेश्चंस को पकड़ता हूं. नंबर 1 ब्रूस्टर्स को देखो आप अच्छी तरह. तो म्यू इज इक्वल टू tan थीटा p और मालस इक्वेशन I इज इक्वल टू I0 cos स्क्वायर थीटा. सो यू कंसीडर ऑब्वियसली टू नंबर है वो है जिसे कह सकते हैं कि R और 3 नंबर है वो S. मतलब फॉर्मूला बनेगा जिसे कह सकते हैं कि 29b. आंसर 29b. नाउ 30 नंबर है frequency of various radiations are given visible, radio, ultraviolet. So obviously here you have to think about option B. ये भी टेक्स्ट बुक ओरिएंटेड है तो इसमें मैं ज्यादा टाइम पास नहीं करता हूँ. 31 wavelength of characteristics X-ray depends. X-ray not in your syllabus, so you can also consider mark of this question. But generally you are discussing for X-ray, then atomic number plays very important role. Z, it is called Moseley's observation. जो सिलेबस में नहीं है निकल गया एनसीईआरटी में मगर फिर भी Z के लिए याद रखना है. नंबर क्वेश्चन 30 यू कैन सी देयर 2. अपन लोग 32 पे डिस्कस करते हो. द एनर्जी ऑफ फास्ट न्यूट्रॉन्स. दिस इज द केस ऑफ न्यूक्लियस. यू नो दैट वेरी वेल. न्यूक्लियर फिजिक्स. In the case of nuclear chain reaction, whatever the beta or alpha or gamma, then you know that very well neutron particles are emitted. These are the fast neutrons. What is the energy of this fast neutron? Obviously 2 million electron volt. फिर इसकी एनर्जी को ऑब्जर्व किया जाता है by using moderators and they are converted in the form of thermal neutrons. Okay, 33 in radioactive reaction there is a reaction given. We will discuss this reaction, very interesting. So just concentration required. I will represent this reaction ZXA. It gives Z plus 1A. It gives Z plus 2A X1 X2A. Here ZY A minus 4 and Z plus 1 Y A minus 4. Okay. तो ये अपना टारगेट है. और इधर y को कर देते जो भी रेडियोएक्टिव न्यूक्लियस. तो z में से z plus 1 a to a. If atomic mass number remains constant and atomic number is increased by 1, ये डिस्कस हमने किया था. atomic number decrease by 2, then alpha, increase by 1, then negative beta, decrease by 1, then positive beta and remain constant then gamma. Here increase by 1, so obviously beta minus. 1 plus 1 हो गया. देखो इधर भी इंक्रीज बाय 1 सो बीटा माइनस प्लस 2 वापस जिसे कह सकते हैं कि 2 कम हो गया तो 2 कम होता है मतलब अल्फा और एक और बड़ा दैट मींस बीटा माइनस. सो दिस इज योर आंसर बीटा माइनस अल्फा बीटा माइनस. यू कैन सी 34 35 already you can see the based on transistor. So extra question given will solve at the end of this point. 36 which of the following is the wrong for interference fringes? Which of the following is wrong? Fringes are due to limited portion of wavefront. All bright fringes are equally bright. Distance between two consecutive fringes is constant. And fringes are due to the use of coherent sources. तो अपन लोग इसमें जानते हैं distance between two consecutive fringes is constant. ये पॉइंट के सिवा बाकी सब पॉइंट्स में जिसे कह सकते प्रॉब्लम आ सकता है. All bright fringes are equally bright. ये इंटरफेरेंस का पॉइंट है. Fringes are due to limited portion of wavefront. ये भी जिसे कह सकते हैं कि अपन लोग जान सकते हैं कि limited portion. Fringes are due to the use of coherent sources. Here coherent sources required. So distance between two consecutive fringes constant. ये जरा point to point problem कर सकता है. So 36C. 37 a ray of light traveling in impure water. This is very interesting. तो ये भी जरा discuss कर लेते हैं. So you can see this type of glass slab. It is already placed in water and this type of ray is incident. This is incident ray. But you know that if reflected ray is totally plane polarized, then this is the case of the polarization. Here reflected ray is totally plane polarized, then this angle it is polarized angle और angle of polarization ये दोनों सेम होंगे. इसमें अपन लोग जानते हैं refractive index of water is NWG. So what is the formula of Brewster's law, N is equal to tan theta P. But here not this slag is not placed in air, it is already in water. So I have to write NGW. NGW, so Ng upon NW. What do you mean by NGW? The refractive index of glass with respect to water. अगर अपन लोग एयर के लिए लिखते हैं तो NGA, so Ng upon Na, मगर Na लिखने की जरूरत नहीं क्योंकि वो तो 1 होता है. So Ng upon NW tan theta P. So Ng is equal to NW tan theta P. NW and theta P given. If you set up the value, then you get answer C 1.53. So 37 नंबर 1.64 आएगा. वो जरा ट्राई करना क्योंकि इसमें वैल्यू tan थीटा की 1.235 रख के चेक करना. लास्ट में मैं कैलसी बताता हूँ. Now we discuss 38. A coil having 200 tons, number of tons given, area given, magnetic field given, but one very important word, magnetic field changes to 0.6 Tesla in 0.4 second. Then what's the induced EMF? Induced EMF, you know that very well. Induced EMF because of change in flux. So induced EMF epsilon, ये फॉर्मूला मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी शॉर्टकट के तौर पे दिया है, n dv dt, because epsilon is equal to n d phi by dt, but phi is equal to ab. So n given, a given, dv given, dt given. अच्छी तरह लिखना हो तो आप इस तरह भी लिख सकते हैं, b2 minus b1 upon dt. n already here 200 tons, a 0.15, 0.6 minus 0.2 upon 0.4. Answer here 30. You check it. Most time be. So this is 38 number. 39. A sinusoidal AC current flows through a resistor of resistance 10 ohm. If the peak current, underline this word, peak current is 2 ampere flowing through the resistor, then the power dissipated. So what is the dissipated power? Or power dissipation? P is equal to I square RMS into R. AC में अपन लोग ये फॉर्मूला जानते हैं, बट IRMS it is simply Im by root 2 the whole square. याद करो, VRMS Vm by root 2, IRMS Im by root 2. Here Im is the peak current, maximum current. It is already given. It is already 2 ampere, 2 by root 2 the square, and R already given 10 ohm. And if you simplify this portion, so 40 by 2, that means obviously 20 watt. This is the answer of this question number 39. Now 40 number, which of the following gates produces output 1? पहला गेट देखो, ये चारों चार गेट इंटरेस्टिंग है, so just concentration. गेट के पोर्शन पूछेंगे, ये हमने देखा हुआ है, so just concentration required. First gate, what is the name of this gate? NAND. Here 1 1. What is the answer? NAND गेट का कोड वर्ड याद करो, NAND, NAND 10, sub 1 तब 0. तो इधर तो सब 1 है तो आंसर 0 आएगा, जबकि हमें आंसर चाहिए 1, तो इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. अब आता है बी. व्हाट इज द नेचर ऑफ दिस गेट और नेम ऑफ दिस गेट? आइडेंटिफाई. NOR. व्हाट इज द कोड वर्ड फॉर NOR? NOR 0 1, sub 0 तब 1, and here already 0 0 given, so 1. So that means this is the right answer. अब बाकी दो में आप अप्लाई करोगे तो आंसर रॉन्ग आएगा, मतलब 1 आंसर नहीं आएगा. अब मैंने दूसरे दो क्वेश्चन भी आपको दिए हुए, वो दो क्वेश्चन हमने इसलिए अलग रखे थे, वो जरा देख लेते हैं. जस्ट मिनट. क्वेश्चन नंबर 34 और 35, दो क्वेश्चन. ओके, as shown in the following circuit, two ideal diodes are connected, then current flowing through the circuit is blank ampere. अपन लोग वो जरा देखते हैं, करंट रिलेटेड ये भी क्वेश्चन आएंगे फ्रॉम सेमीकंडक्टर. सो देयर इज अ 12 वोल्ट बैटरी, देन देयर इज रेजिस्टर, then there is a diode, again resistor, once again diode and resistor. What is this resistor? 3 ohm, 2 ohm, diode D2, diode D1, 4 ohm resistor and 12 volt battery. Your target to find current. Okay, you have to find current. So first of all you can see positive current start is journey from here. If you think about the first diode, it is anode and cathode. Cathode is already positive potential and anode at negative potential. So obviously first diode in already reverse bias, while here anode cathode, anode at positive potential, cathode at negative potential. So diode D2 in reverse bias, sorry, forward bias. So what's the next diagram? You have to forget about this branch. So you can see, and here 4, 2, 12. So current I is equal to as per Ohm's law V by R. V 12, R already 6, 4 plus 2. So answer 2 ampere. So what is the current of the circuit? 2 ampere. Now we have to think about next. If the output of OR gate is connected to both inputs of NAND gate, then this combination act as a blank. Output of OR gate is connected to both inputs of the NAND gate. Output of OR gate. So here AB. So Y is equal to A plus B. Output of OR gate is connected to both inputs of NAND gate. NAND gate के दोनों इनपुट यानी इसे शॉर्ट कर दिया जाए. You can see NAND gate. तो अपन लोग तो जानते हैं NAND gates two inputs sorted, then it behaves like a NOT gate. तो no or not, you can see that NOT gate. तो ये ऐसे हो जाएगा, you can see. So इधर फाइनल आंसर होगा y is equal to a plus b bar. Anybody, what's the answer? NOR. Answer NOR gate. Okay, so you can see in this way we have discussed all questions. You have to analyze this each and every question at your home. Any doubt, then you can easily analyze. Next lecture we discuss the next, we can say the solution. Okay, once again friends, lots of time with you. Spend your time particularly for each and every subject, maths, chemistry, physics. अच्छी तरह खंगालो, जो मटेरियल है उसको बेहतरीन यूज करो, क्योंकि ये वक्त है वो आपके लिए अपॉर्चुनिटी है. नो डाउट 31 मार्च को कंप्लीट हो जाता है तो आपके पास 13 दिन ही मिलते हैं, मगर गॉड इज ग्रेट, ये बहुत ही अच्छा टाइम मिला है. मगर ये इस टाइम पे एक बात और ध्यान में रखनी है, स्टे होम एंड बी सेफ.